Happy Thursday, everybody. It is 6:30 in the morning. We are in Gary, Indiana. Oh, gosh, yeah, we just crossed into Indiana here on I-80. And we are in a mind-numbing traffic jam because apparently a white Volvo, go figure, decided to somehow roll itself over. And it's blocking 2, if not 3 lanes. I can't quite get a straight answer on the CB, but it's at least 2 lanes that are blocked as they're trying to clear it. And I left the yard at 4:45 this morning in Plainfield, and I have driven probably, I don't know, 30 miles, something like that, and it's 6:30 in the morning already. And my 10 o'clock appointment in the Grand Rapids, Michigan area, which I would have been on time for, I am now going to be hopelessly late for. So that's just the way it goes when you get weather. I tell you, yesterday I stopped at our terminal to shut down. I originally was planning to get all the way to Grand Rapids, I'm sorry, Battle Creek or something. I can't remember anymore. Man, my brain's scrambled. Yeah, best laid plans. They shut down the interstate at one point, and accidents and weather, it was just a nightmare. So I made it to our terminal, which is way short of where I was hoping, but that's the way it goes. I was running out of clock, and if I had kept going, I would have run out of clock in the Gary area, and I do not stop at any truck stop in the Gary area. There have been people shot and killed in those truck stops. There's theft, there's vandalism. Yeah. If I can't get through Gary, I stop before Gary. That's just the way it goes. And if the load is late, then the load is late. Some things are more important. So anyway, we are trying to get slogging our way through here, and God only knows when that will happen. And this week is pretty much a write-off as far as trying to make any money. Instead, which is unfortunately part of trucking, there are weeks like this where you spend all of your available hours of service sitting in traffic and crawling through weather and getting paid nothing. So it's kind of ironic that the most dangerous conditions to operate a semi-truck, where you're under the highest stress load and potential risk of life and limb, are when you get paid the least. That's per mile pay, and that's why it's so unbelievably unfair. But that's the industry, and that's the way it is, and until it changes, which it probably never will, because everybody wants their stuff in the store cheap, then that's just the way it is. So anyway, more later. Well, we've made it to Michigan by now, and roads are icy and dicey. Man, and no matter what, doesn't matter what the conditions, no matter what, you're always going to have these lug nuts that want to come flying down the left lane. Oh my goodness, and you wonder why trucks end up in the ditches. Well, most of the time, truthfully, most of the time you see trucks in a ditch, it is because of what we call four-wheelers. It's cars and non-trucks that create most of those situations, because cars do really, really unpredictable and, for lack of a better term, stupid things around trucks, just because they just don't know any better, or they just don't care, or they're on their cell phone, or who God only knows what. But then the truck driver has to react to make sure they don't kill them, and they end up in a ditch. It's happened to me quite a few times, although thank God, knock on wood, hasn't resulted in me being in a ditch at this point. But I've had some pretty hair-raising close encounters. But yeah, then you have the other batch of guys that are just, hey, I want to be Macho Man and show everybody how fast I can drive in really, really bad conditions. And then they wonder why they end up jackknifed in a ditch. So all you new drivers, when it's crappy like this, be content to sit behind the other guy at 55 or whatever, even if the speed limit's 65 or 70, whatever. Speed limits don't matter in this kind of weather. They really don't. And if you're trying to press yourself to keep up with them, you're asking for trouble. As they say, drive for conditions. And right now the conditions are absolutely lousy. The state of Michigan does a great job with the roads. The problem is that there's been a ton of salt and snowplow trucks out here. The problem is the wind, because we're right next to Lake Michigan. And as soon as they have it cleared, there's more snow blowing over it. And of course, as soon as vehicles drive over that snow blowing over the road, it becomes slush and then instantly ice. So yeah, rule of thumb here, back off. Actually, right now I'm too close. I'm off the throttle completely. Want to create a little bit more distance. And here you got this box truck. Yeah, go ahead and tailgate the guy even. Stupid. That is just absolutely stupid. If something happens with that guy in front of him, he's gone. I mean, there's no way he's going to stop that. And here we got a hot shot, which are probably some of the worst drivers on the road. These pickup trucks hauling big long trailers. They're an absolute menace. And then of course you got your long nose trucks that come up and they know everything because they've been driving for 99 years. And they like to tailgate too. Grain hauler, big surprise. All stupid as far as I'm concerned, just stupid. No load is worth getting yourself in that big of a risk. That's just dumb. So anyway, that's my words of safety and wisdom for today. Ooh yeah, it's coming down now. We have a lake effect squall going, and yeah, the plows can't keep up. It is slow going. We're doing 40 right now on the interstate. 40. Oh, look at this Yahoo container guy coming up. Yeah, go slam right into that snowplow, you moron. Good Lord, where do they train these people? Yeah, you're an asshole. God. Oh my God. Yeah, remember what I was saying about how cars cause most of the problems? Yeah, then you have guys like that. Right there, that's what I'm talking about. Fly up that lane until the last possible second and then slam your way in this kind of weather. You gotta be out of your freaking mind. Anyway, get off my lawn! Ah, the beautiful, beautiful state of Michigan. I do love it so. Oh man, it is just so pretty. We are on Interstate 69. We just recently merged on off of I-94, and we're making our way on up to the Battle Creek area where St. John's is, and we will be delivering this stuff and our next shipment picking up from the exact same place. So that's always nice to be able to drop and then pick up in the same place. And then that load's going right back to Tomah, Wisconsin. So I haven't looked at it yet. I don't know who the customer is, but whatever. Regardless, we're going right back up. And man, what a difference a few miles makes. You get away from the lake and get away from that lake effect snow. And man, it's beautiful out now. Bright blue sky, nice and sunny, absolutely gorgeous. And what beautiful land they have up here, man. Michigan is just gorgeous. So anyway, I'm feeling better now that we got some sunshine, and we are about 49 minutes away from our customer, and hopefully the rest of the day goes a little bit smoother than it has yesterday and the beginning of this day, because I believe the weather is now on its way out, and it should be clear skies from here all the way back to Tomah. I hope, fingers and toes crossed, and we'll see if that's the case. Certainly hope so.
Destination will be on your left.
Okay, it looks like we are approaching our receiver. And this must be a pretty new facility because it's not on the satellite. It's just a grass lot on the satellite. Alrighty.
You have reached the destination.
Let's figure out our way in here.
The destination is on your left.
Let's see here. Yeah, that's the only way in. All right. Well, let's pick up once I'm in here. Okay. We need to get ourselves into dock 4, which is right by my left shoulder. And in order to do that, we're going to need to back up here carefully. Always extra careful when you're backing up a truck because you can't see very well. And people like to just come running out in front of trailers. For the life of me, I still can't understand why they don't put reverse lights on trailers. I mean, the tractor has reverse lights, but who am I to say? So let's see if we can somehow finagle our way in there, even though this guy is kind of sort of a little bit in the way, but not really. I can work around him. We'll figure it out. We always do. All right, let's cross our fingers. Didn't cut it quick enough. Even after all this time, I still suck at knowing when to cut. But that's all right, because I always err on the side of hitting something. So I always cut it too tight on the driver corner, as opposed to cutting it too tight on the curbside corner where you can't see. So this I can at least see. And that way I am assured that I'm not hitting anything. Might not look all pretty and stuff, but that's not the point. The point is getting the door without hitting anything. Come on, creeper. There we go. Cascadias have this weird thing where it's like you can't hit the throttle when you're going in reverse, because if you do, it just absolutely bolt lunges. So you just have to let the truck kind of idle its way in. For those of you who drive Cascadias, you know what I'm talking about. They get very jerky when you hit the throttle in reverse. Although there is reverse too, which helps. But I don't know. I've just learned to just... Oh man, I missed that entirely. I've learned to just let it idle its way in, and that way you don't have to worry about it. Alright, let's slide our tandems. Yep, that's all the way. Okay, we are locked. Let's get loaded. is one of those food docks. Frequently when you're dealing with foodstuffs or anything food related, they have these cool docks where we as a driver, we're not supposed to open or touch the door. They do it from the inside. They break the seal and do it on the inside in order to keep the protective chain of custody intact with food related material, which is kind of cool. So anyway, we are back in. Now we're going to wait for them to offload and then get loaded and get the heck out of here. So more later. Well, can you say blizzard? This shit was supposed to be done with already today. Oh God, it's all lake effect snow. We are heading east. Oh no, I'm sorry, heading west on I-94, kind of in the middle of Michigan here. Heading back with a new load going to Toma, Wisconsin, and we just got to get to the other side of the lake because the Michigan side of the lake always gets the weather systems coming off the lake, and this is what you're seeing right here, weather system. So, yeah, really weird in the state of Michigan. Much more so than like in Illinois, for an example, which is directly on the other side of the lake. In the state of Michigan, you get these snow squalls. So the whole drive so far, you get this pocket where it's almost kind of like Florida thunderstorms. It's like bright sunshine, nothing going on, and all of a sudden there's just this wall of snow, and then comes this blizzard gale force wind, and then you're through it, and it's clear again. It's really bizarre. But it's kind of a Michigan thing, I guess. Anyway, I'm going to focus on driving and make sure we're all good here. So, would you look at that sky? Wow. Break in the clouds sure is a dramatic one. My goodness, we just passed through Kalamazoo, getting closer to the lake, and I hope that all the weather is behind us now. I believe it is, but man, does that ever look cool. Wow. I hope that comes out on video because it's pretty damn amazing. Really cool clouds.